There are many complex and elaborate circuits in both Mario Kart and Formula 1, but there are very few unique circuits that have one characteristic that stands out. Mario Kart 7, Wuhu Island and Germany's GP Nordschleife are both extremely unique tracks that share so much more than what you may initially think. But one curve at a time, roll the intro! Good morning to everyone, Blue Fox here, and today we are in for a long, beautiful ride in the circuits of Wuhu Island Loop and Nürburgring Nordschleife, both beloved by karters and racers alike. These two iconic circuits made a name for themselves with their iconic layout, transforming quick races to epic marathons. But what makes them similar? What makes Wuhu Loop Mario Kart's Nordschleife? Let's start off with their legacy. When you think of Mario Kart, you often think of small, dense circuits full of action and adrenaline, 3 laps to claim victory. However, in 2011, Mario Kart 7 introduced single-lap races with circuits 3 times the usual size, a revolutionary move that expanded the possibilities for tracks. The first circuit to have this unique aspect is, of course, Wuhu Island Loop, in the Flower Cup. Even if this is the first, and by now only time, we saw the circuit in a Mario game, all Wii fans already knew this place like the palm of their hands. Wuhu Island is the main set for the Wii Sport series. From Wii Fit to Wii Sport Resort to even a stage in Smash Bros later on, Wuhu Island is the symbol of Nintendo's Wii Golden Age. So far, Wuhu Loop only made one appearance. However, the island itself is set for another track in the game, Maka Wuhu, as well as a battle stage, Wuhu Town, that also appeared in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If a Mario Kart 9 is ever going to be made, I would not be surprised to see this remade in Full HD, and once again represent the Wii era in the Mario Kart games. In Germany, Nürburgring also has a rich story and long legacy. While the modern, shorter Nürburgring circuit is the one used for modern German GP, the original Nordschleife is the historical host for Formula 1 Grand Prix from 1925 to 1984. Nicknamed the Green Hell, Nordschleife is one of the most unique circuits in Formula 1 World Championship history, and is now home for big events like the International Endurance Racing Series and 24 Hours. Germany is host to the biggest car industry in Europe, from BMW to Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, Opel, Porsche, Audi and many more big names, without even mentioning that the first production automobile was invented by Karl Benz in Baden, Germany. The country is core to the car industry and as a consequence racing too. There is no month without having a race in the nation. In short, both Wuhu and Nordschleife are sanctuaries for their respective franchises. While both have not appeared that often in their respective games, both share a legendary status among karters and drivers alike. But legacy is only the tip of the iceberg. The big similarity is of course the layout. As I made clear by now, both circuits share the main characteristic of being much longer and wider than their counterparts, both being around 3 times larger than other circuits. In addition, both have a somewhat similar shape and have 3 following parts scattered around the circuits: ladder curves, sharper curves and a rectilinear road. Starting off with the light curves seen in green, both circuits open up with some light curves along the track. These curves don't impose any immediate threats to the players, but are useful to gain the lead. In Mario Kart, these parts are useful to advance by using mushrooms or items to slow down racers. In Nordschleife instead are useful to either surpass other players that have lost speed, or to prepare on how to do so later on. Later on, both circuits present sharper turns seen in red. This gives the opportunity to racers to drift in. In both circuits, these curves have a quite high risk too. In Wuhu Loop, a mistake meaning falling down the cliff, while in Nordschleife the driver could lose considerable speed and be forced to slow down in the more external part of the road. At last, the straight roads seen in blue are present near the starting line in both circuits, Nürburgring having it slightly before, while Loop having it in Wuhu Town at the start of the race. These don't have any particular use other than to cross off the big loop made, and of course, finishing up with style. Altogether, these two circuits are quite alike, and the feeling of racing on both is very similar. Rather than to focus on fast turning all the time, both Nürburgring Nordschleife and Wuhu Loop Island feel more like marathons and give racers huge satisfactions when they conclude the lap at the end. Only few circuits can even compare to these two colossus. In the Mario Kart franchise, only 6 circuits are 1 lap long, the ones you see on screen, and only 3 are completely circular. In racing, Nordschleife is still one of the biggest racetracks where regular events take place. Circuits like the Italian Pescara GP and the regional Belgian Spa-Francorchamps are discontinued and no longer hold events. In short, Wuhu Loop and Nordschleife have a lot of similarities when it comes to layout and the feel, both having very similar shapes and similar proportional lengths when it compared to regular circuits. Driving in both is a wonderful experience, and every time I finish a lap, I'm always looking forward to another one. At last, we have aesthetics. While there is not too much to talk about in this section, there are still some noticeable similarities to be mentioned and addressed, the major one being the location of both circuits. While the city of Nürburgring is no island, the circuit is located entirely in the German countryside, passing by above the city itself and across the southern Rhineland forest. The track has some somewhat natural feel, especially when you compare it to other circuits like Monaco or Singapore, when there is a more urban environment. Wuhu Island also keeps the natural feel, being built across the margin of Wuhu Island itself. Racing in both tracks feels like racing across an uncharted land, full of interesting details such as Nürburgring Castle in Nordschleife and the ancient ruins in Wuhu. It has that unique feel of discovering or racing in these vast green areas, something that other tracks don't have since they're too crowded. It's a bit hard to describe this feeling, so I'll let the video speak for me. Wuhu Island Loop and Nürburgring Nordschleife circuits are both beloved. I strongly believe that they have so much in common that to call Wuhu Loop Mario Kart Nordschleife is more than accurate. But what do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. If you made it so far, there's only one reason and one reason only. You're awesome! If you liked the video, don't forget to leave it a like and subscribe for more videos about Mario Kart, racing and other games too. Let me know if you have any ideas for another MK Cross Formula 1 video. We'll decide what to do next. Have a lovely day and see you next time. Arrivederci!